Alright guys, Suchgrit here, back again today. A couple of big news stories that have come out over the last, well, hour or so from when I'm recording this video. Also, yesterday we had a rumoured roster for Atlanta, which I'll go through today as well, which I'm sure you guys will find interesting. That was going to be the target of today's video, but instead, in the last hour or so since when I'm recording this video, a few hours before it goes live, Crimsix has announced his restricted free agency, and especially given the follow-up tweets he does surrounding it, very good indication that the Optic Gaming team we saw from last season, we knew they weren't going to be Optic, whatever, going into the current season, given franchising and given, they're not going to stay under Hex's Optic or whatever. They probably wouldn't be Immortals. They might have been moving elsewhere. It doesn't look like they're going to be staying together, at least on this notice. We'll get towards that. We'll get into that towards the end of the video. Like if you guys enjoy, subscribe if you are new as always. I would greatly appreciate it. Starting off with, I'll leave this video links down below. Big timer, legendary name in Call of Duty. For those guys who have come in relatively new, Big T is an absolute legend. His content is fantastic. I could enjoy him like watching paint dry. This guy's just hilarious. Legendary player as well. At one time, he was in the Guinness Book of World Records, I believe, for the highest ever earnings for a Call of Duty player. And yesterday he did this video saying he's leaving Optic Gaming, given all the situation that's happened with the management changing, going over to Immortals, now a completely different Optic Gaming to what it was under Hector, right? So he's leaving, as have a lot of other people as well. I'll leave this linked down below. There's a great little montage for you guys, maybe OGs who have been around a fair time, will remember a lot of these clips, and I'm sure you'll appreciate it. Moving onwards then, Clayster tweets this out just an hour ago. This may be the quietest but wildest Rostermania period ever. Funny how everyone in the dark, us, thinks everything is going slow or that it's boring. Y'all are about to be shocked. And Panda says announcement's going to come in. People are going to be like this. So, a little follow up here from Clayster having a bit of a joke about handsome Joe DeLuca. Maybe he's not even joking, who knows. So yeah, thought I'd bring that to your guys' attention. Yes, it's been a bit quiet, but I'm sure there are a lot of things going on behind the scenes that that we're not aware of. Some of which may be this rumoured Atlanta roster, which we'll get into in a couple of minutes' time here. Clayster also follows up with this, so responding to this tweet, Simp says it's a secret, and Clayster says let's run it back with, does this imply that Clayster and Simp are splitting up? The rumoured Atlanta roster has Simp on it and not Clayster. We'll get into that in a couple of minutes' time here. Is that an indication that these guys, this tweet right here, are not going to be on the same team next year? Possibly, there's a bit of a joking here, a bit of a joking around between the two. They still have E United in their clan tag. Rumoured that E United might be getting a spot at Houston with Lee Zyban, but nothing concrete. So very difficult to say right now, but I thought I would at least put it out there for you guys. This as well, pretty big deal. Benjamin Bans, one of the most accomplished players in European Call of Duty history. One, of course, Stage 1 playoffs. Was he the MVP? No, Zero was the MVP at that one, but second on Splyce at the World Championship in Black Ops 3. As I say, pretty much one of the most accomplished European players of all time. He's got engaged today, so I think he's only 21. So many engagements lately in Call of Duty. Crim is engaged, Silly's engaged. Crazy scenes, to be honest. People are getting too old, man. Like what am I playing at? I'm making videos. Vance is getting married. What's going on? So, another bit of news to follow up with here. I'm a restricted free agent heading into the 2020 season, says Brack Carson. So if you're interested in talking with me, please contact me. So Brack, restricted free agent from Luminosity. Another indication, and Skies has already signed with that, what do they call it, Clover Talent Organization we talked about the other day, kind of implying that Luminosity may well not be getting a spot in next year's CDL. As we talked about yesterday, will we even get 12 spots? Who even knows at this point? Damon Karma Barlow, here we go. If you'd like to contact me regarding the upcoming CDL season, here's my email. No official announcement as to whether Karma considers himself a free agent or a restricted free agent. I only put this because it seems things are happening, and I haven't even been contacted by Optic, I guess. Not exactly sure what he means by that. If you guys can decipher it better, leave your thoughts down below. Now, other players have done this. I believe Clayster did a similar thing, saying, he's exploring options if someone comes out there, and I think Simp said a similar thing. Exploring options if an incredible offer comes up and you want to pay me like X amount of money and make this kind of team, then Karma or Simp or Clayster or whoever has tweeted similar things, or maybe even if you haven't tweeted it, doesn't really matter. The same situation could still be going on behind the scenes. they're thinking, you know, if we can create a God squad, if that situation does come up, feel free to contact me and let me know about it. It doesn't necessarily mean I'm a restricted free agent or my team is changing or whatever, but it means I'm open to other opportunities, and maybe the organisation that currently I'm contracted with would also be open to considering other things if the time may be right. So that's probably the situation to some degree with the United, and Karma says a similar thing here. Then we have this that follows just within the last hour, really. Crimsix changed his bio, 33 times CoD champion, twitch.tv/Crimsix. He took out this Hex's Optic Gaming thing from his bio, and then people were thinking, okay, what exactly is going on here? And yeah, not long ago, restricted free agent for the 2020 season. All of that hard work for essentially nothing. If any franchise teams would like to contact me, reach out here. So, interesting stuff. Crim announcing restricted free agency is probably one of the biggest announcements we have had so far in this roster change period, because there was all the talk as, you know, Scump going to go to Envy. That was rumoured for a little bit. Then there was kind of implications that maybe they would stay together. There's also been this talk about maybe Scump and Formal teaming up. I'm sure you guys can go mad on the speculation in the comment section below. But Crim announcing free agency pretty much confirms that this team is not going to be sticking together, especially with this quote in here, all of that hard work for essentially nothing. Very interesting stuff. Now, the next set of tweets is probably even more indicative. So he gets a reply. Immortals really trying to make Optic go from the most loved team to the most hated. Watch them draft temp. Crimsix replies, it wasn't Immortals who did this, and it wasn't Infinite or Jay either. Now, a lot of people are taking this to think that, or taking this to mean that one of the players on Crimsix's team has decided, we no longer require your services, or they have decided as a group, as a collective, that they don't want Crimsix on the team anymore. Of course, Crimsix, arguably best player of all time, maybe not in terms of pure skill, but in terms of championships and leadership and clutch factor and longevity, Crimsix has got to be up there, at least top 3, probably top 2. I personally might put him top 1. You know, him, Karma, Scump, pretty much inarguably the top 3 in my opinion. You guys can mess with the order as you will. But a player like that, of course, hasn't been quite so good in the latter half of this season. Solid season overall, had a great World War II, but the latter half of Black Ops 4, he wasn't the best. He was getting, you know, in the matches against 100 Thieves, Octane was outshining him almost all the time. And, you know, it seems like possibly, pure speculation, a lot of people are taking this to mean that Scump and the other guys on the Optic Gaming squad have decided, you know what, we don't need Crimsix anymore, we're going to go elsewhere and we're going to build a different squad. Now, whether Scump, even if, you know, we can't put all the blame on Scump, whatever, as I say, pure speculation, but that's interesting, right? And we don't even know what the situation is with the rest of the team, but if it is the case that Crimsix has been released from the team, or at least the rest of the team, or a few members of the rest of the team have decided they no longer require Crimsix's services, that may explain a few of these tweets. And you never know, there may be some more tweets that have come out since I am recording this video live. If there are, I'll leave them down in the pinned comment below. If there aren't, then you know, maybe this tweet's even been deleted, who knows, because it seems pretty indicative. But yeah, I would suggest that this pretty clearly says that Optic are not going to be sticking together next season. Pretty damn big deal. Where will Crimsix go? Who the hell knows? You can easily build a squad around such a legendary name as this, and it honestly seems to me that we may have some really spicy lineups next year. If Crimsix is going to be on a different team to Scump, which might be possible, then, you know, maybe Scump gets Formal back. Who knows where Karma goes? Rumours he was going to be a coach for the Envy team with Scump on it, but who knows if that's even true anymore. So I thought I'd leave it there for that speculation. Let's move on to the other piece of speculation that came out yesterday with CW Intel Kroenke at this account, talking about this rumour that he'd heard from a few people that Atlanta CoD is going to be the following: Simp, Abizi, Priester, Celium, and Major Maniac. I've been asking around and everyone is saying no comment or how do you find out this stuff, etc. Unsure if it's locked in or just something that's in the works. What are your thoughts on this team? First impressions when I first saw this was like, wow, this is unbelievable. We have Simp and Abizi, the best SMG duo in the game, no questions asked in Black Ops 4, joined by Priester, who I thought is just an unbelievable all-round player and can play any role. Then you've got Celium and Maniac, so I guess Celium is going to be your main assault rifle, Maniac and Priester will kind of be your flex types, and then Simp and Abizi will be your subs. Of course, that is looking at the game through a Black Ops 4 lens, looking through the game of 2 Sorgs, 2 Maddoxes, 1 ICR. However, in the Modern Warfare, who knows whether that's going to be a factor. These lads are all like incredibly cracked out young talents, and I have a video planned on whether cracked out young talents are going to struggle more in the next season. My conclusion pretty much is that maybe they won't struggle more, but their stats will suffer simply because of the way the next game will be played. It's not, their health isn't as high, it's more difficult to be as impactful, which means that playstyles will probably have to change. And I don't doubt that these guys can adapt their playstyles. What I do doubt really is where's the leadership coming from in this team, especially a game like Modern Warfare, a slow-paced game. Composure is going to be incredibly important. Of course, it was important in Black Ops 4 as well. And Simp, honestly, I can't really sing his praises enough. I feel like he has unbelievable composure, especially compared to some of the other young guns that have come up. He really does have a cool head on him and could honestly be a leadership kind of figure for this team. These guys have been playing S&D Charles and Wages for years, and Simp often has been a really cool head and has been kind of almost the leadership figure in a lot of those situations. And now obviously he's turned 18, he can now do that potentially on a professional team. But what do you guys think of this team? Because to me it's interesting. If you were making this team in Black Ops 4, I would say absolutely fine, no problems at all. It's going to be cracked out. But I feel like for Modern Warfare, and for World War II as well, you kind of needed like a leadership style guy that had the experience and could get the job done and wouldn't crack under pressure. A guy like a JCap, a guy like an Aches almost, you know, one of these players, a Karma or a Crimsix, whatever, someone who's been there before and done it all. This team doesn't have that. Whether they plan to have a really experienced coach or someone on the bench that can provide that level of, is what I was really going for, then maybe that's what they're going for here. But on the surface, it seems very strange to me. I feel like you'd want to build a team, especially when Simp and Abizi have just come off a team with Clayster, who I'm sure gave them a lot of guidance towards their career. You'd think a guy like that would be the kind of guy you would keep on this team. Very intriguing though, and it's weird how this... It's strange because these three guys, Priester, Selim and Maniac, are really, they can flex it quite a lot. Priester used the main assault rifle at the start of the year on FaZe. Selim's done a main AR, and Maniac has typically been on the Maddox, kind of a flex kind of role. So I'm sure these guys can figure it out. It's just a very strange team composition, to be honest. There's no dedicated main assault rifle, it doesn't seem. It seems like this team is kind of being built for Black Ops 4, if you see what I'm saying. And maybe that's fine. Maybe Modern Warfare will play in that manner. But I'm yet to be convinced. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like if you did, subscribe if you're new as always. Leave all your thoughts down below in the comment section. I would greatly like to hear them. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching as always, and I'll see you next time.